What's going on, fellow alchemists? Welcome to Astrology. Today we are doing Pluto in the 7th house. But before that, I just want to thank all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for all of the support. And I hope you're all doing alright and you're not being driven around the bend by all the commotion, the turmoil in the world today. So without further ado, let's get into this one. It is Pluto in the 7th house. So Pluto sitting in the 7th house. The 7th house, what is the 7th house? Well, it's an angular cardinal house. It's responsible and ruled over by Libra. It is also the house that we call pulling from the polarity of the 1st house, where the 1st house is the house of self and your appearance. The 7th house has to do more with the mirror image of yourself, what you're trying to project outside that's inside of you, but outside into the people you come into contact with. So when you have the 7th house and whatever's sitting in the 7th house, these are energies that you yourself can utilize and should, through the progression of development and your ability to grow and become comfortable with the specific elements and energies in the 7th house, implement them more into your life so that you take charge instead of going out and searching for that empowerment and those energies in other people, usually in the form of your partnerships. Why do I mention partnerships? Well, it's because the 7th house is ruled over traditionally by Libra, and the traditional ruler of Libra is Venus. So Venus is all about connectivity, it's all about our partnership formations, it's all about business dealings and our interaction with other people and other aspects of the universe around us in this very solar system that we currently find ourselves incarnated in. So when you have Pluto, which is about death, transformation, it's about the magnetizing energy that allows for the undulating force of operation, because it comes and it rules in the fixed house of Scorpio. Scorpio being a fixed house is about the operation of energy, not necessarily the generation, which is found in the angular houses. But it's Pluto rules over Scorpio, so it's all about that operational nature of energy. And it comes into the 7th house, which is the cardinal angular house, or the descendant. As I've mentioned in the beginning, this is where you mirror things off. This is where you try and project energies that are sitting in the 7th house onto other people, and you try and look for those energies in them. What happens when Pluto sits in the 7th house is that we tend to see a large issue in relationships regarding power play. You know, this is a very higher octave of Mars, but it has a very dark, sinister side. Whilst Mars can be very violent and act out because it's about the expression of willpower and it's about the expression of devotion. Having Mars in the 7th house, I'll link that up there. But with Pluto, it's more refined and it's because it's more refined and it's more of a purer expression of this undulating magnetic type of energy that's being displayed here. You have a case where you could very well deal with the very, very dark sides of Pluto. You could attract people who are very Plutonian, who are very power hungry, who could be very sexually ravenous in that nature. You know, because you're looking for that outside, you're not realizing that if you could utilize that energy productively, because you have it yourself, and you could show the lower octaves of Pluto in the 7th house, but because you have it yourself in your natal chart, and in particular because it's pulling from the polarity of the 1st house, you could very well have those kind of characteristics displayed, but you might be more of the victim or you might be more of the instigator. So with Pluto in the 7th house, again, it's all about the power play dynamics in relationships. It could get very, very dangerous because, you know, if you're not willing to take care of yourself, and if you're not willing to fight for yourself, and if you're not willing to guard yourself against your own deeper emotions, again, depending on which one you're playing. Are you playing the victim or are you playing the instigator? Are you somebody who becomes a victim of this placement, or are you somebody who instigates the positions and energies that come out of this placement? Is all a matter of how you work spiritually with yourself and do this proper work to truly integrate this type of energy productively, not just in your life, but in the lives of those you come into contact with. Sorry folks, if you do hear a rooster in the background, our neighbor has decided that they should have a rooster who always makes abundance of noise in the morning, who completely annoys the entire neighborhood. And it's funny because I'm currently living in Johannesburg, the most populated, dense area in sub-Saharan southern Africa. So it's a bit of annoyance. But I'm getting back to what I was talking about, which is Pluto in the 7th house and the esoteric benefits of having this placement, because it's about transformation, because it's about utilizing the energy, the magnetic power of Pluto to truly try and transmute that into a way that you can empower yourself And through the empowerment of self, you empower those that you love and those that you come into contact with as being a beacon. Pluto acts as a subtle magnetic but very powerful magnetic beacon where you are able to truly emit that energy. And if you are emitting the positive higher octave of Pluto, which is a phoenix, instead of the lower octave, which is the Scorpio, Scorpion, then you are able to truly transmit all the type of energy and transform all of those in your immediate vicinity and all of those that you come into contact with, including and more importantly yourself. So always remember to grab that energy by the anklers, grab them by the reins and go at it correctly, because otherwise you could end up in a very, very tricky situation with this placement. So fellow alchemists, that was Pluto in the 7th house. I hope you really enjoyed that, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe, drop a like down, and also go into the comment section. Tell us what it's like having Pluto in the 7th house for you. Above all, I hope you take very good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one when I do Pluto in the 8th house.